Episode 7, Goldeneyes, was some of the best television that I've seen ever. Let's talk about it. Hey everyone, welcome to Dragonmount. I'm Tom, and my lovely co-host over here is Crystal, and somewhere in the ether is Luna. I think he's eating. Yeah, he's eating. So our executive producer is busy at the moment, but he's always got an eye on us. We recently watched episode 7, Goldeneyes, and oh god, so much. It was such a good episode. But before we get into it, we have to thank everyone first. We have to, especially all of y'all who are watching this right now, because you are the reason we do this. And a special shout out to our Patreon subscribers. We recently updated our Patreon over on Dragonmount. It is completely new, all new tiers, all new rewards. It's new for this month, and we will be fulfilling the first batch of this new reward system this month. So very exciting. There's also a free tier. So like Patreon doesn't allow for free tiers, but we kind of did a little workaround, and we kind of posted a post and pinned it for anyone that joins for free. You see a post that we made with like a free tier like thing in there. The only sad part is it doesn't collect your information like it would normally if you signed up. So if you do want to do the free tier, go ahead and follow us for free, and then just shoot us a message with like your Discord name and email address and stuff like that, so that we can give you the things that we want to give you. Obviously, also our sponsors, Tor Books. Without them, none of this would literally be possible. There would be no Wheel of Time. So they just celebrated their 45th year of publishing. Fun fact, they wanted Harriet so bad to be an editor that they allowed her to work from home in the 1980s, and like the late 1980s, early 1980s. Like she was in South Carolina and she didn't want to leave yet, and Tom wanted to start it, and they were like, you know what, you can telecommute in the 80s. So
she worked from home before it was cool.
Yeah, before it was a thing. Before there was computers in everyone's homes, she was working from home. So that's pretty cool. Let's jump into this episode because there's so much, and I'm so excited to talk about, especially Perrin and Faile. I love them. Okay, yeah, the shot is freaking awesome. Like, I love the way the Two Rivers looks just generally, but like right now with battle preparations, it's pretty freaking sick looking.
Yeah, no, it's very cool. It's, I think, everything I ever pictured. Do you think it's fall? It looks really pretty.
Yeah, it does kind of look like it could be fall. Like the trees are starting to change. You could see the different colors like of the trees and stuff. This is the map from the origins of the Wheel of Time. So it actually says equator right here. So this is an official map of the world of the Wheel of Time. It looks like, and it is, we do know that the Westlands and Randland is like an amalgam of like what would be left of Europe, and that's pretty much what this is. Like if you're looking at this, like this is North America, South America, and over here is like Europe and Asia and Australia down here, and then there's Antarctica, and then the North Pole and stuff. Then this is pretty close to
okay.
Earth. So yeah, I mean like it's way north of the equator. Andor is probably like around here. Like right around here. And the Two Rivers is like down here. So like it's definitely cold. It's definitely probably going to start getting cold soon, especially if like the trees are changing like that, I feel like. But anyway, a little aside there to look at the map.
I mean, that's what happens. I was thinking about when I was watching this, like, do you think they went, there's obviously trollocs everywhere right now, like farther from the town to cut down the trees that make the spikes to make the wall?
Definitely.
I was just thinking the logistics of like how far you go and drag a tree back to make a spike.
Yeah, let's look. I don't think. No, look, they made a killing field.
They clear cut, yeah.
Yeah, they made a killing field. So like, which is what you want to do when you're doing this. Like, they're going to build these walls. They're going to want to clear out around so that they can see. They need to be able to kill things as they approach. If the trollocs and the Myrtle and stuff can approach unseen, that's bad. Though you know what? Actually, we don't see any Myrtle. There's no Myrtle in this. Yeah, just Padan Fain and trollocs, which is interesting. Maybe the Myrtle still are upset at him for nailing one of them to the door like they did.
Could be. That pissed me off too.
So this is like the Two Rivers proper. Like this is like,
Mhm.
like the city part. Like, there may be some people that live here, but this is mostly like,
The businesses and
the businesses and stuff. Like, the obviously Perrin here forging an axe.
Yes.
So exciting. I'm so happy to see him forging. Maxim and Alana training them is really cool.
It's so fun. That's one of the things I wrote down, like him teaching them how to fight. And she's over here teaching them how to find their zen.
Yep.
I think their connection is so interesting that all of their channeling that's taking place is the two of them together.
Yeah. So what I was most excited for this episode was to finally see a fully realized, like, Alana has done a lot of fighting, don't get me wrong. And her fighting has been fantastic. Obviously, her ninja moves in episode 1 and like the stuff from season 1 when Logain's forces attacked and, they went crazy on them. But like a lot of her fighting, and I feel like all of the fighting we've seen her do, now that I'm thinking about it right now, like maybe a couple of times, but she hasn't been prepared for.
Right. It's been in the moment and reactionary. Yeah.
Yeah. Other than, like they attacked the White Claw camp, obviously they prepped for that. But this is going to be the first time that we see like a major battle that a green Aes Sedai is prepared to do, which I think is freaking awesome. Like I'm so excited to see. Great shot of him here, like, him with his golden eyes. Like they do such a good job with the cinematography. Loial holding a sword was I was like, oh, I want him to just pick up a giant axe or, we do see him with that big ass hammer that he either has or Perrin made for him. But like, I was a little worried when he first picked that up, honestly. Perrin looks so cool. I like that he's got like little,
he's got his own apprentices.
Yeah, they got little apprentices. And then, so like the alarm bell starts sounding because they think people are approaching. Send Bowie there. We just have to kill them and Trolloc starts shooting.
I've been getting worried for him. Just like when they started showing him so much, I was like, oh, I'm kind of worried for him. They're making me like him.
Yeah. And the more they show him, it's like, oh, they're gonna kill him. Also, he's got a lot of free time on his hands. He's not thatching any roofs, so like he's gonna just get into trouble all over the place. Perrin figures it out, that there's wagons, and when he looks, he's looking through the gate there.
That's something they haven't played into as much in the show as his like extreme eyesight. I mean, like a little bit, but they don't. I don't know. I feel like in the text it was said over and over again. Yeah, they just do little subtle things like that. Where it was his internal thing. Like he was like, he would be like looking at something and he would think about what he's looking at and it's so far away and dark. And then he would say something and then someone, usually what it was is someone nearby would be like, how do you see that? You see that? Yeah. How do you notice that?
I can't see past the trees. Like, yeah. So yeah, I guess we haven't gotten a lot of that, but yeah, they need to do a little bit more. I think there is a scene either in this episode. I think there is a scene in this episode, or maybe it's from a past episode. I have to go back and check, but we'll see if it's in this episode, I guess, where something comes up with his senses that I was like, he sniffs. He smells.
Oh yeah, that was earlier.
Yeah, that was earlier. That was when they first come out of the waygate. We have Tinkers, like we could see their wagons, and then we get the full shot of them in a second. And there's Aram. He just looks so much thicker. Like here, look. So that's obviously this is season 3, and then this is from season 1.
Yeah.
Like, look how, like, even just his face, like, if you look, like, even, like, just like the size of his head alone, like, is like, his neck is thicker, his shoulders seem a little wider. Like, obviously, it's been like 2 years, right? Like, so the actor, like, is 2 years older.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he definitely is visually, like, much bigger.
I can't wait to ask a first time watcher of the show if they picked up on Aram and him starting to kind of question the way of the leaf, because they're not super overt, but I felt like even in this first scene right here, as he like looks at his grandma, like you can kind of see the wheels turning. That's a nice shot of the spike.
So like his axe looks really cool. I love the design of it. And when I was watching this, I was like, I recognize that design a little bit. And that's because it looks very similar to the axe from the cover art of Dragon Reborn. So this is the cover art of Dragon Reborn. I think this actually might be the European cover art, but it's the same picture. They use the same image for it. It's just like the European one is actually zoomed in a little more, which is why I picked it, because I wanted to be able to look at Perrin's axe and compare them because they look, it looks like they just took this axe and are using this one like for here. And I like that.
That's a cool callback to the books.
Yeah, for sure. In this scene, they also mentioned that they picked up people from around. So like, if that means they picked up people from like nearby, that's like Devon Ride, Taryn Ferry, Taryn Ferry, Ferry. It's a ferry, not a ferry. I don't know what's wrong with me. They've definitely seen some hardships. Like it's crazy that they won't even fight trollocs. You know what I mean? Like this is another good shot here.
Yeah, even to defend their own lives is like, I don't consider myself a violent person, but if it's my life or that, it's, you know.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can even get not defending like your own life or someone else's life if you really believe in nonviolence, but like trollocs, like they're literally inhuman, unnatural beasts. It's not even like it's like you're getting attacked by like a lion, you know, like it's an unnatural beast. It's not from nature. It was created by evil, like pure evil. I love Bane and Chee though.
I love awesome. The maiden hand talk. That was like, I wrote that down and circled that like 4 times. Yeah. It's so exciting.
I feel really bad for Aiel and the Tinkers though. Like what they're dealing with is just, it's going to be too much. Faile is really like digging on how Perrin interacts with everybody here too, like seeing him so calm and collected with everybody. And she's like, oh, you know, Tinkers too. And like all these people, like I feel like she's starting to really dig him like more and more, the more she sees him interacting with people. And of course, Bane and Chee are taking a liking to Aram. Like they're like, oh, he's kind of cute.
But not a lost one. Never.
No, yeah, never a lost one.
I love their relationship with Loyal too.
Yeah, it felt like for Loyal, I feel like it's like a brother and sister thing. For them, they obviously tried to, you know, get a little weird with it, but Loyal was like, nah. This teaching scene is also really cool. Like this teaching scene is fantastic. Alana's a very good teacher.
Well, she is a teacher.
Yeah. I mean, as an Aes Sedai, well, not all Aes Sedai, but we do see her actually teaching classes. Yeah. This is great. Days Conger. Conger.
And her face, like.
Days Conger right here. Look at her. I'm so happy.
My favorite line. And do I have to give up drinking?
Absolutely not. That's this face right here. Would I have to give up drinking? No, don't worry about it. Maxim training the fighters here is great.
I love his doubt in the Two Rivers longbow. That was such a discussion in the books that we didn't hear a lot of in the early seasons. So I like Sen for bringing it up.
Oh, also look, that's the Baker guy from.
Oh, it is Hot Baker.
Yeah, it's Hot Baker. Maxim, like, even though he's saying like we're all gonna die and like that's a serious thing and it's like a little dark, it's still funny. Like there's our little bit of comedy, especially after. And Senbui, anytime Senbui enters screen, it's comedy. This actor they got to play him is just great. That's a good face. This is like a good bit of comedy after that, where he's like, "We're all gonna die here," and then he doubles down. He's like, "When we die here."
When we die here,
yeah, that was great. And then we have the Wolf Banner. Like when that unrolled, I was like, "Oh, the Wolf Banner!" Like I was so excited. It looks different than I imagined it, but like whatever. It's the first Wolf Banner. Like they literally are they cobbled that together.
I was gonna say it looks like it was hand painted.
Just now.
Someone in the village, just now,
and hoisted up on a literal, like it's not even on a flagpole. It's on a
tree.
yeah. It's on a like they cut down a tree and just the whole stuck it up there. Like it's like I'm sure we'll get like a proper one at some point.
Yeah,
but like. I love that the Wolf Banner is a thing, and they took it out.
Who do you think did this? Was this Faile? Was this Alana?
I think so in the books, I feel like what we'll see is it'll probably be something like that. I could see it being Alana or Faile. I think it'll be Faile. I think Perrin will like rail against it, and then like we'll find out that Faile, was behind the whole thing from the beginning. Like she was
and she knows battle and war, and having
they need this. People need this. Yeah,
a focus is important.
Yeah. I feel like we're gonna get like a scene like if they really wanted to lean in the comedy a little bit, where like Perrin pulls the banner down and like hands it to Faile, and she's like, "Oh yeah, they're putting that banner up again. I'm sorry, Perrin." And then he'll walk off screen, and then she'll put the banner back up.
Yeah.
And then walk away. I feel like I remember that from a movie, but I can't remember what movie now. So
gorgeous.
Yeah, though I know. Oh my God, Isabella is just freaking gorgeous, and we do have a bit of ear decor. Just a little cuff, just a little.
Can't be flashy in battle. You don't want to attract attention.
Exactly, it could get caught on something. The way she handles him here is just great. Like we're seeing her get to her like book kind of stuff where she teaches him how to be a leader,
But she was such a bully in the books. Like, I feel like she was so aggressive in her teaching in the books, and that's why I always struggled with her. This is much more subtle, and it's more like she's making him confront his own bullshit rather than her like bullying him into being something else. She's like, no, this is who you are, and like, I see you, but now you need to see you.
Yeah. And I want to say this with a grain of salt, because like I think she's telling the truth, but we don't know for sure that the story she told Perrin is the truth. Like
true, yeah.
She could be hiding the fact that she's next in line for the Saldean throne. She's third in line or fourth in line in the books, but maybe she's in the show, she's going to be next in line. Maybe she's the heir and she just doesn't want to go back. So she made this story up about her parents. Like, it's entirely plausible. But even if it's not, even if she's just like high ranking general's daughter, so like 2 generals, because her mother was a general too. And I like that they did that. She would still have this knowledge that, of how to behave and as a leader and also lead in a military type situation. So I like it. I like that they are leaning into her, like teaching him how to behave as a leader. And they're doing it in a, like you said, definitely in a much better way.
Yeah. That's another a good shot of the wolf banner. Yeah, that's
another great shot of it. I liked it unrolling, but that's a good one. And then Perrin's like, oh, man, I don't know. But I feel like he's accepting. He's going to be accepting of it relatively soon. Another great shot of the 2 rivers. Like, I just love the scenery.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And we can see like the preparation. They have all these palisades like further out in the, like away from the town as well.
Oh, angry day drinking Dane.
Yeah. With his sunburst. No crook still, so hopefully he never puts that on. And Dane being with Lord Luke. Is it Luke or Luck? Did they say? Luke. They say Luke, right? Yeah.
Lord Luke.
Dane being with Lord Luke here is a little questionable for me. Like, I'm a little worried about this relationship for sure.
Yeah. One of my favorite quotes from this episode happens right here. Perrin says something like, "She died for your grief. Your father died for mine. Like, where does it end?"
Where does it end?
Where does it end?
It's a great freaking line. This relationship that they're building between Dane and Perrin is really interesting, though. I'm excited to see like where it goes from here. Like, are they going to become like frenemies a little bit?
Oh, I mean, we see it progress even in this later in this episode. We see maybe a softening of Dane.
He doesn't view Perrin as a monster anymore. Now it's more like, you're guilty of this thing. And he's slowly like you said, softening up to like, maybe he's not a bad person. And, it was a battle and you killed somebody in battle. That's not murder. Like, I think he's starting to have that there in his head.
Oh, yeah. My prediction. So obviously we see at the end of this episode what happens. Perrin's being led away. I think he's probably the one that, comes to Perrin's defense, just based on what we see during the battle.
Okay. Frickin' Loyal here, writing with an entire tree in his hand, it looks like.
Yeah.
This is another fun scene with them. Always could depend on comedy when it's the 3 of them on screen. They really show that they healed too. Like this is them, like the wound finally being fully healed from what happened with their relationship.
And he says we're starting something new. This is not what we had, but it's different. It's new.
Yeah. Which is why he tells her not to turn the bond off. And like, now this is a whole new dynamic for them. Mainly because there's only 2 of them.
Yeah. Truth.
Yeah. I love this. Like him picking up that hammer, especially with the axe there, is really awesome. Him eyeballing this hammer for book readers, obviously, is very pertinent. Like he's got his eyes on the hammer. He made the axe. Like it's destruction versus creation within Perrin, and it's almost inherently also kind of a little bit violence versus non-violence.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I think it's like who he wants to be in the reality of who he is, or who he has to be, really, who he wants to be and who he has to be.
It's also kind of like the Aiel a little bit, where it's like, they don't use strictly weapons. They use things that are also tools. So like, the axe could be considered a tool as well. You cut wood with it, but a hammer, you're building stuff with. Like that's like you hammering nails, you're forging stuff in a smithy. Like it's more of a tool for creation than it is for destruction, where even an axe's purpose as a tool is destruction. Like you're cutting things down. It's violence personified as a tool, even and as a weapon, where the hammer isn't. So like, I like that they're leaning into that for sure. It's a great shot though. Like, especially because it's like hammer, blurry, Perrin, like he's definitely thinking about it. This is the other thing that I was mentioning before of his senses. I remembered there was something in this episode. He said, she's surprised that he knew she was coming. He could hear the knives in her sleeves clanking around. So that's another little hint that, his senses are heightened. I think there's another one too.
I think it's a little, towards the battle.
But Faile and Perrin also are like my favorite on-screen relationship now. Like her helping him get past his wife, and like them correcting the toxic overprotectiveness that he has of her in the books is just, it's much better. Like I'm really, really enjoying this. Yeah, this is funny. Like, look, she's very determined. That's her determined face for sure. He leaned away from the kiss, and then they're doing they're playing Maiden's Kiss here, and he calls their bluff. Yep. They wuss out. They don't kill him. Like, and technically, like, if you're playing by the real rules, they should kill him. But no, they don't. He called their bluff, and they backed off. And I think that seals the deal for them. Like, they no longer look at him like that now. Like, like there's an argument to be made that like he already said no and they should stop. But also, like, the Aiel are a little, playful in their in all aspects of their like social stuff. So I feel like if he really put his foot down, like, and was like, no, stop doing this, they would stop. But since he was also kind of like playful with it, they probably leaned into it. And then this really sealed for them that they were like, all right, this is done. And we're done with that. Because the way they behave with him for the rest of the show is like that, I feel like. I really thought he got him. I was like, yes, he's trying, and then they figure it out. Like him showing them Matt with the horn, that's so great. Like, especially because like they haven't seen him in so long, their mother's passed away, like he was their protector, and now there he is, horn of the leader, like so great. And of course they have to, have a dig on him too, because he's your brother. Yeah. And look at her looking at him. Watch. With the girls. Yeah, there it is. The way she looks at him with how he's behaving with the girls is like, I guess when we have kids, you're going to be a good dad. It's good. It's nice to see that you're a good leader, a good man. And now it looks like you'll be a good father too. That's definitely her thoughts in this scene. I feel like, check. Yeah, she's definitely checking boxes. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, of course she has to make a raspberry when thinking about Matt as like anything important, which is great. Great scene, especially because the way like Perrin is like he's taking their mind off of like, their mother is dead, they're about to be attacked by trollocs, and here they are laughing and having a good time. Like that's life, And here now we could see the trollocs coming down from the mountains of the mist already. Their fires. They're going to be there in a few hours. I love how his eyes look, in this episode. Like I'm so glad they didn't do like a werewolf type thing where it was like, he changes. The only thing that we haven't seen yet is his eyes glow. Yeah. At night. There's a few later on in this episode in one of the battle scenes where it's kind of dark. I feel like you see maybe a hint of that, but it's not overt. Okay. I hope I want to see if we can catch it. Yeah. So Perrin, not even questioning that the Tinkers are going to fight here. Like she is great. Like he's like, no, I don't expect you guys to fight. Don't worry about it. Like that was great. But Aram, like especially, like right again, another instance where you see that he's questioning the way of right belief. Here. Yeah, like that's him. That's his. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
And look at how jacked he looks, man. He looks so jacked.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what he's doing other than this. Like, what is this actor in other than this right now? Like, is he going to be like a superhero or something? And then we get, our Loyal going to seal the waygate.
I like that he says Lord Perrin, Goldeneyes, and Perrin's like,
yes.
No.
Yeah, Perrin's like, no, thank you. Please, no, thank you. Little did he know this is the last time he'll be hugging.
Stop it.
I know, it's so fucking sad. We'll talk about it more when we get to the scene, but oh my God, breaks my heart.
I have hopes and dreams that we can talk about. I have delusions, maybe. Oh my gosh.
This is such a great scene.
This is the first time I cried in this episode.
Yep, me too.
I sang along and I cried.
Me too.
I just was like,
So, like, I'm loving his armor. Like, this is so sick. It makes sense that some people would have armor sitting around. Like, he obviously didn't forge all of that. Right. I mean, I guess he could have forged those pieces in the last couple of days too. Like, it's not like a full suit of armor. It's just like the neck piece and like some chainmail. But it would make sense that some people, a couple of the people around have armor, like pieces of armor sitting around. Like, they did talk about how like, yeah, well, they did talk about how people had like, things up in the attics rusting in a box in the attic or something. But like, you have to go out and hunt, bears and shit and whatever. And then like, they don't have any city guards or anything because they probably don't need them. But since this is a more realistic type of setting than I feel like the book Two Rivers was, where the book Two Rivers seems like too much of a utopia. Like everything was perfect. The worst thing that you ever had to worry about was like Senbui being annoying and like a wolf killing one of your sheep. Like I feel like
Poplins and congers.
Yeah, like I feel like realistically though, like there would be like, highwaymen and bandits and things like that they would have to deal with occasionally, especially because they were so far removed from the Andor and like the protection of like the Queen's army. And then, like, it's not even like the Two Rivers is unknown to the world. Two Rivers tobacco is quite literally world famous. So, like, this is definitely Perrin's Braveheart scene, though. Freaking
And I love that he, Perrin has never been, he was always in the background. He was always, the quiet one. I like how they handle this here, where he's giving compliments. He's, trying to instill confidence. Yeah. Is this it right here?
Yeah, this is when they sees. Yeah, this is when he sees them. Like he probably, now, we mentioned it, but we have to remember he can see them a lot better than everyone else can. So he can really see what's coming and what's getting ready. Like he can probably see way more than everyone else sees. And they're, scared shitless. But this scene when they start singing, man, oh my God.
I sang that so much after it was on the show. I love it.
Oh yeah. What was it? We walk the footsteps of our fathers. The trail blazed by our mothers. I can't sing.
It's so good.
So good. So good. I love that song. I love when they did it in the beginning. Like, I honestly, like, I don't want to say I like it more than her speech from book one, but it's so much more meaningful as a song, Yeah.
Like, absolutely.
And especially because they even said, like, I have no idea what this is. Like, I don't know what Manetherin is. Like, I don't even sing it. And we don't know who Aemon is. Like, we just sing the song. It's just a song. Lends to that scene. So, like, the spirit of that scene is still built into it.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. I like it. A lot of people were upset that the speech wasn't in there, but I'm fine with that.
That was just one of my favorite scenes from the early book. Not mine too. I just wish I could have seen it.
Yeah, that's a lot of frickin' trollocs.
A lot of humans.
Yeah.
A lot of humans. Not like, just a few. Look at that.
And a woman too. Like, not that like, women can't be fighting on the front lines, but there's two women actually, I just noted, standing in front of trollocs. Like that's, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like this is crazy. I feel like they should be smarter. I don't know why.
They all have really good reasons for joining the
probably
the Dark One.
Like with the way this show has been doing, like the villains really justice. Senbui, I love seeing Senbui with the bow. Look at that face.
And he got to use his longbow. Is it here or is it later? Yeah, I think it's later in the episode where Faile calls out. She's like, "I like your women's circle," or is it who says it? I can't remember who says it. They're like, I like this women's circle.
Such a great scene, though. And, oh, man, look at the hammer. The hammer has the trefoil leaf on it. I didn't even notice that.
I didn't either.
That's so cool.
It's pretty.
Oh, now I'm even sadder. King Wetlanders and their Shadowrunner. Even their Shadowrunners are soft. I love that.
We're coming up where I have to defend myself, I think. So
okay. Like this is again a nice little comedy break in like right after that, you know, really serious, like troublesome, scary scene. I even wrote in my notes, not a happy run, Crystal.
No, I disagree. I want to talk about this. Okay, so in the books, we always hear, what is it? Putting a long handle on your axe. And Loyal always muses to himself about the fact that like, some of these, this is all just so exciting and so fun. Yes, I know that he's potentially facing death here and he's going in to fight Trollocs. But I think to him, a person who has read about stories and written stories and has been caught in the books to be a part of something in real life, like he is running towards Trollocs with the Aiel. For someone who has like read so many stories, I think it's a little bit exciting, and I think that's a tiny smile, and I'm going to defend my position. Sorry.
Okay. I mean, like, look at that face. Like, look at, I mean, I love that they're veiling too. I'm so
also,
glad.
I think he's just a little bit excited. Just a little bit.
Okay.
So I win. He's right there. He's just like a little bit excited about it.
Yeah. Okay.
And then comes like the guttural scream of battle.
Yeah. And then
I forget who it was, Joe and Dono, whoever it was. I think that's who was on when we were talking about it. I defend my opinion.
Okay. This fight scene is such a good fight scene. The way that they're doing it is great. I love the by the way, also the whole draw, knock, release thing that you see in movies all the time. Never would do that in real life. Like that never happened. They would never do that. They would say start shooting and stop shooting.
And everybody would just
because like especially some of those bows are like 150 200 pounds, like on the top end 200 pounds, but like 150 100-pound bow, that's like holding 100 pounds in your hand like this. You're not holding it for longer than a couple seconds. Like even like an 80 or 60-pound bow is going to be tough to do. So your bowmen are not going to be standing there holding ever. Like that would never happen. That's not just my assumption, that's real. Like that they never did that. Michael Livingston talks about it all the time. He hates it when they do that in movies and TV shows. He always makes a comment about it. Faile killing people. I love that she's making it rain with the knives. Like
and here we go.
Yeah, such a beautiful scene here.
I wasn't quite sure at first what she was doing. I was like, is this going to be lightning again? But the ice darts are absolutely incredible.
She literally did Blizzard. Like for anyone that's ever played like an MMO or like Final Fantasy, she did Blizzaga. That's what she did.
Also, again, so this is very intense. We see a woman get,
sharded in the neck.
Darted through the neck. People are dying. The Trollocs and the humans are fleeing. Like, so intense. And then we get our moment of levity. That's like, oh God, she's going to be insufferable after this.
Yeah, she's going to be so difficult to deal with. But then when they talk about how this was a tactical retreat, like that's someone is controlling them. That's like, that was we know that it was Fain now that we've seen the whole episode, but like in that moment I was like, oh shit, like what's it going to be? Are we going to see a Myrgil? Is a Forsaken going to step out? Like what's going to happen? Is it just going to be Fain? But like the fact that it was a tactical retreat is like someone's controlling the Trollocs enough to be able to do that, which is kind of crazy. In this scene here, like this is this is another thing I wrote into my notes too, like of Perrin's senses. So like we know that the warders in the Aes Sedai can sense the shadow spawn, but like they're not sensing that they're as close enough to do what they do in a second. But Perrin sees them or smells them, or maybe the wolves are warning him.
I wondered,
before she even.
This whole thing is going to be such a sticking point for people. The like, you're shot, you're healed. You're shot, you're healed. The faux deaths have been a huge.
Hey, listen, there was enough deaths in this episode I'm okay with a couple of faux ones.
Somebody made a point, and I can't remember even like what post, what thread, what site, that was just like, you know what? I don't watch or read fantasy for it to be realistic. I watch it for entertainment.
But also like they can heal.
Yeah.
They can heal anything short of death.
Yeah.
Like that's part of the story. So I don't treat it as faux death unless the person dies. Like to me, especially for the Wheel of Time, it's not a faux death scene if there's an Aes Sedai or a channeler nearby capable of healing. If there's a channeler within shouting distance of you when something happens, like the odds of you living through whatever it is are very high, and I'm not going to be upset about it. That's just me. That's me though. Days, man. Always gangster. Like I love how gangster she is. I feel so bad for her though, because here it comes. Oh God. Especially like a trolloc arrow. Like look at that arrow.
That's huge. It's as big as she is. Truly. Like if you were to take that out of her, there would
be a hole.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It looked like the shaft was as thick as my wrist.
Oh, Hot Baker was there to help him. He was like, I'll hold you. Oh
yeah, there he is. I like that they have a Hot Baker there like all the time. It's another way to soften the blow of this scene.
I really like how Maxim rallies the
I wrote great speech, Maxim. That's what I wrote. I love it. I absolutely love it. Like that speech was fantastic. I love that he chose the word nasty to use there. I love that he chose to use the word nasty here. I feel like they were making a point to use the word nasty because a certain person and a certain, political party likes to describe especially women that disagree with them as nasty. And I like that was the choice of word. I really feel like Rafe or the writers chose that word specifically. This whole fight scene is freaking sick though.
Yeah.
Like, excuse my language, but Loial is beating the dog shit out of these trollocs. Look at this.
Wham! Yeah. I think he's having a little bit of fun. This is just like,
She was like, good job.
Yeah.
And then, this determination on his face when you could just see the trefoil leaf there, but like this determination on his face right there. Like, I feel like he knows what he's about to do right now. Like he knows that this is what he's going to have to do. Like, he's like, I'm going to try something else. Like, I'm going to see what I can do, but like, I think I know what I have to do. Like, that's what is like going through his head right now. I feel like
I'm curious why they went with this instead of him just being able to like lock, like why there's no mechanism for them to be able to lock the waygate.
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know. Like, I mean, on one hand, it gets rid of an actor, saves money.
He's not.
I know. Yet. Listen, I love Hamed. Hamed is an amazing actor. Loial has been amazing. We'll go into the like, is he alive or is he not when we actually get to that scene? But like, Alana not doing too great. They're trying to heal. They can't get it done. Great. I love the like.
That
just
was
visual,
a great scene. Yeah.
Just like look at all the Two Rivers people on the roof shooting their bows. Like, this is such a good scene. Like, the cinematography is great, the acting is great, the special effects is great. I swear to God, if they don't get at least one Emmy nomination for this season, I'm gonna lose my mind. Perrin looks so freaking awesome, and there's the White Cloaks showing up after the fight has already started, of course.
Which is very, very White Cloak of them.
Yeah. How did you? Yeah, and they're like, how did you get through?
They're like, from what? Huh? Yeah. Trolloc swear.
Hold on. You got to see
because Perrin sees it first. When
you got to see Perrin's face when he sees when he notices Padan Fain. Here it comes.
See, but look at Dane's face too.
Well, it's because he's shouting already. You brought Padan Fain. He's a dark friend. But like, that's Perrin's face when he first sees him.
Yep.
Right there. Like, that's Fain's a dark friend. That's literally as he's saying Fain's a dark friend. Like, that's a great face for Perrin. Like, I just thought that was great.
But I think Dane says right there, like, I didn't know. I didn't know. He like makes a little comment that he didn't know.
Yeah. And here we go.
That face.
And it's so poignant too, like Johan as he's just terrifying. He's absolutely terrifying. He is terrifying.
The villains in the show are fantastic. They are fantastic.
I actually look at this, like, just freaking scary. He's so scary. They did a great job with him. Like they made Padan Fain more of a threat. Like, he was a huge threat in the books, but I feel like he was almost a little kind of like, not taken seriously.
Oh, he was more like self-deprecating and he was a little bit mousy and you kind of felt sorry for him. He was this poor creature.
But also like a little bit of a joke.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, you know, not that you would, oh God, the trollocs look so fucking cool.
Like, what is that?
You know, that's my only gripe about the trollocs is they're not as obviously animals.
Yeah,
like
hybrid.
How they're described in the books. Like the tusks, I always lean to boar because like they're the only animal that has tusks like that.
Yeah.
But like, you know, they don't have like a pig snout, and we haven't seen a raven trolloc in a long time. I just want the trollocs to look more like animals and less just like a monster. You know what I mean? Now that's some woman's circle business that I can get behind. Like, look at that. So awesome. They're set up like a phalanx. So like if anyone has ever seen like anything with like Roman soldiers with the Spartans, like 300 with Gerard Butler, like that's a phalanx. This is how they set up. And I just love seeing this. It really makes me feel like if anyone knows anything about like the Nordic, you know, people and stuff like that, like shield maidens, like this is, it's just great. I love that they all have like little ashendaris.
But also like, you don't want to mess with a woman who's defending her child.
No.
I'm sorry, you just don't.
No. I mean, it's a scientific fact that like women, when defending their children or like trying to rescue them, like the adrenaline in their body like shuts off.
Increases. Yeah. Oh yeah.
But it also like it shuts off the part of their brain that stops them from doing things with like, because even if you don't know this about yourself, the human body is very strong and your brain limits yourself so that you don't hurt yourself. But like your muscles can like tear themselves off the bones and like rip. And like there's evidence of like women like lifting up very heavy things and like destroying their bodies in the action of doing it. But that's because their brain doesn't care in that moment. And like, I can only imagine like, you know, maybe only an afternoon training with a warder, but like an afternoon training with a warder and then you have a shield and a spear. Like, I wouldn't want to be on the other end of that spear. It's a good shot of a trolloc. But see, like, again, don't get me wrong. The trollocs are scary and like, they look great, but like, I just kind of wish they were a little bit more animal-like.
Yeah, no, they definitely look more like creature-esque.
Yeah. Oh, that's a really cool shot of the ways. Like, see, now that's what I imagine the ways to look like. Just weird floating, you know, passages.
Well, that's something we didn't see a lot of, like the floating islands.
No, we couldn't really see into the depths of the ways in the past stuff. Like very little bit. Like even when I would do stuff like this and stop on like a lightning flash, you wouldn't really see much. But this is like, that is what I imagine the ways looking like. And here we go. He's trying to break the waygate. Like we know the waygate.
Couldn't you just feel that when it happened? Like when it reverberated against that, you could just feel it.
Yeah. Oh. Great acting too. Just great bit of acting, you know, on physical acting there. No sign of Ma Chin Shin, which is, you know, that, you know what? Honestly, that's kind of what I was expecting. I love that they're just like, all right, let's go. Just
bring it.
Hanging out.
Bring it.
Sup, Trolloc? How do you think that they made it?
I'm calling yes. I'm not team death. So
I love that they veiled and like, I love this. Like, look at that. They look so awesome. Oh, God, I love the two of them. Valda and like, you know, like, so Valda in the books was a blade master. So like, it's believable for him to be still so competent with the sword, even in, you know, the fact that he's, got one arm. Like, and here we go. This is Aram's moment here. So like, honestly, I don't blame him. Like,
see, this is much more animal-like. The running on all fours.
Yeah, it's just the way they look for me. I wish they looked more like, you know, like an amalgam of things and less just like a monster. One of the things about the Wheel of Time is a lot. Oh wait, that was a good shot. It kind of looks like a wolf. You know what? All right, so maybe I'm wrong. Like this one looks very wolf-like. It's got a snout. It's got that black nose, so it's like, you know, like a dog's nose.
Well, and maybe we know there's a bunch of different, what do they call them?
And it's running on all fours like a wolf. Yeah, that's true.
Trollocs.
Yeah.
So maybe it just depends on like which Dokoval, like what they name them in the books. I can't remember.
Doval is one. Doval, there's a whole bunch of them. Yeah. They're almost like clans. It definitely looks very wolf-like. Like, look at that. They are terrifying, I will say. So like, we know that the Wheel of Time is about balance, right? So like.
That's like a lion.
Yeah, it does kind of look like a lion there too. It looks like the Ron Perlman from that old school Beauty and the Beast
that's funny.
TV show.
Yeah,
That's kind of what it looks like in this one little shot here. But like, I feel like Robert Jordan is kind of telling us that even the Tinkers aren't right. Like, you do need to fight sometimes. And like, there's a balance though. Like, you need to balance it with creation and love and, you know, not violence for violence's sake. So I'm curious to see, like, I like the way they handled it with Aram so far. Like, he didn't just descend into madness because he did violence. Like, it's, they're like, hey,
but Grandma,
the Two Rivers. Yeah, Grandma. Yeah. And I like what she says here. God, he looks so awesome.
Yeah. Using the forge. That's, Yep. Oh
yeah. And the music in the Tinker scene when they were fleeing was really good. I want to make sure we talk to Nick Hill about that.
Yeah. Definitely
feels like it felt like a horror. This episode felt like a horror movie a little bit too, for sure.
And also him letting go of that toxic masculinity just a bit.
Yeah.
He's like, she thinks he's going to say like, stay back. And he's like, no, kill anybody.
Kill anyone that gets close to me. Or no, kill the ones that I miss or something.
Yeah, there you go. Kill the ones that I miss.
Yeah.
She's prepared for it too. She's going to fight him if he's like, don't.
Yeah. Yeah, you saw that face. But like, it wasn't just happy that he's like believing her. Like, especially right here. Watch right at the end of this, just before the camera cuts away from her. She's a little turned on. Watch.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure.
She like her shoulders came up and she was like a little bit like, yeah, she's like, oh yeah, like, and that fits with her character in the books. And like the Saldeans, especially, like, they revere combat and fighting and especially killing trollocs. Like, yeah, great. I love this scene so much. When he shouts "Two Rivers to me," I literally just got goosebumps again saying it. Like, oh God, I was like just dying. This scene is just so freaking awesome. Two Rivers to me. And now like the White Cloaks are mixed and they're fighting. It's humans versus, you know, it's the light versus the shadow.
Like, my question in this is, who do you know how to kill when it's this chaotic and it's this dark and obviously the White Cloaks, obviously the Trollocs. When it's humans, who do you know who to kill? I mean
that's why like any historian will tell you that like friendly fire was a thing that happened a lot.
Like, you're in the heat of battle and you've got your adrenaline going and someone comes up to you, like, yeah, you're going to stab him in the throat.
Though, you know what, like, for the Two Rivers, like, in this fight specifically, I feel like it's not as hard for the Two Rivers folk. They know Two Rivers person that's there. And then, like, everyone else is either a White Cloak, which they're not killing right now, or a Trolloc. So like, if there's a human you don't recognize that isn't wearing a white cloak, probably kill them. And if it's a Trolloc, kill them. I love that they have the women's circle still in there fighting too. It's just fantastic. Such a great scene. And then getting taken out. I mean, it sucks, but like, it's showing like what war is and like what this fight would be like. This scene, like, look at Valda. Like, look how excited he is. He's like, I get to kill 3 of channelers and 2 of them are girl. Like, oh God, he's such a sick bastard. And Abdul Silas is just amazing actor. I'm a little sad.
I will miss him a lot. He was epic.
Yeah, a little sad, but such a great scene. Like, oh yeah. And I normally would say like, okay, faux death, like, is like, we didn't, you know, like, but we have a body and there's no coming back from this. Look at her.
And I love her laugh. Like,
laughing at it. I'm glad that they didn't use stock screaming for this too. It sounds like they had Abdul Silas like doing it. And I think this is a really poignant scene for them. Like, they've done healing, they've assisted in like, you know, weaves that were like the Blizzard one, you know, they were so moved, they were so far away from it, dissected from that fight and from seeing what was happening. But here they are literally like he is feet away from them, and they did this. It wasn't Alana controlling the one power through them. They did this, and then this is their reaction to that, is them like very stoically watching like this. Like, they know he's responsible for their mother's death. He was coming to kill them. And Alana, like, I feel like this is going to be like a point in the future with them for sure. Like,
well, yeah, and the fact, like I said earlier, that they do everything together. I think
I'm wondering if that's like a block for them. Like, they have to be either holding hands or be like, they can only channel when they're in the room together. Like, like there was an Aes Sedai or an Accepted or whatever in training that she can only channel when there's a boy in the room, when she can see a boy.
Yep, I
so like
remember that.
yeah, maybe it'll it'll start with like they have to be holding hands, or like they have to be able to see each other in the room together.
Mm-hmm.
The way they broke that I said, or that accepted, was they had a woman dress up as a boy so maybe I could see them doing that scene. People be like, oh, they didn't have that scene where they broke that one person's butt. They could do that exact scene with the two of them.
Yeah.
Feel free to take that, Rafe, if you want. Like, I don't need any credit. Like, you can have it. This is a better battle than almost any battle that I saw on a certain other show that I don't want to directly say.
Yep.
Another good shot of a trolloc. Yeah, see, like this trolloc doesn't really look like an animal at all. You know what I mean? Like, I just kind of wish they looked a little bit more like an animal. Padan Fain, man. Like,
I just love watching him get scared here.
Yeah.
He's just like, ha ha ha, you can't get me. And then he's like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's like, ha ha ha, I have trollocs. And then Perrin's like, yeah.
Okay, maybe you can.
Had trollocs.
Damn.
Yeah, look at that face. That's his oh shit face. Oh, he threw the hammer.
Yeah.
Very Mjolnir. Very Mjolnir. And I think like so poignant here too that Perrin is lifting the axe to do the killing blow and not the hammer, but he still decides not to do it. Like I feel like that's, even though we didn't get a lot of like violent Perrin yet, if we are gonna get it, but like it's showing his restraint and his like development a little bit. This is him basically telling him like, I don't even care about this. I'm just doing this so that the Dragon Reborn is upset. And he's like, you've killed all these people. It wasn't about you. And it doesn't matter to you? Like, which is also so insulting. Like, you are killing everyone that I have ever known and loved. And it really didn't have anything to do with me. Oh, this is the other scene. This is the other scene where we see his senses. I love that he sung the song. I feel like do you think he's like singing, like tree singing? No, I mean, I think he was just kind of finding the courage to do what he had to do. I was hoping that he would tree sing in that spot, but it was it was really poignant that he did Manetheren. The music in this scene is gorgeous. Yeah, that's beautiful. The roar. Yeah. I always wonder what it would sound like for a Ogier to roar. And that's it right there. There we go. Okay, but listen, we talked about this before. I'm probably delusional, or it's wishful thinking. When you fall in the ways, you fall forever. Like it's endless. There's nothing there. But my crackpot theory is just, so this season, in this episode even, we pointed out, you can see like the islands stacked on top of each other. Yeah. Which is not something that we've seen before. My hope for him is that as he breaks that, he just falls to a lower island and he's not actually gone, because I really don't want him to be dead. So that's me either. I mean, I really don't want him to be dead either, but I know. I think that's wishful thinking. That's fine. I will live in hope until I see a body. Especially because if you think about it, like if this is what's happening to the waygate on this side, I would assume something similar is happening to the waygate on the other side. Yeah, but it's below him. It fell first. Yeah, okay. And this also doesn't bode well for Bane and Gia. No. Well, actually, so there's them right there. They look like they're okay, even with this washing over them. If it's up on the dais, like it's up on the stairs, it could potentially explode over them. And now Perrin and everyone, and we, the viewer in this moment, we know that the waygate's closed, and that they know that the waygate is closed. That's a up spot to stop at. His eyes he looks a little crazy.
Sounds like your reinforcements aren't coming. I still have more than enough here. Why do you smell so afraid? Yeah.
So he can smell emotions too. Like for the people that were worried about it, I feel like what we're seeing in Perrin here is it developing. It's not even just like he just says it, you know what I mean? He sniffs. Sniffs. He's like, then why do you smell so afraid, mother? There it is. Yeah. There's the sniff. That's Wolf Brother powers activate. That's the face. Oh yeah, Fain speaking trolloc here was freaking so sick. And they all respond. Yeah, whatever he said was like attention. Yeah. And they instantly started listening.
Mm-hmm.
Like it sounds like evil, like it sounds guttural and evil,
Yeah.
just like we describe it in the books.
And there they go.
Yeah. Oh,
Like
Faile,
what in
awesome.
I'm sure she's never, even being a Borderlander, seen a human control the Trollocs before.
Yeah.
Like that just has to be a whole nother world.
Such a great scene. I love this scene. One of my critiques of the Wheel of Time book series has always been there's just not enough bodies. There wasn't enough loss. Like main characters, I feel like there wasn't enough main characters to die in the entirety of the series, really. Not just like the last battle or the final book, but the whole series. I feel like not enough was lost on the side of good. So many of them live like throughout the entire series.
That's true.
Like if Loyal died in the books early on like this, especially in this scene, like I feel like this would be a poignant scene for him to have died in the books. That would be something that the characters have to struggle with for the rest of the series and have to talk about and remember for the rest. It would have been just, and the fact that they don't really ever have to do that at all. Like they don't have really almost any loss throughout the first half of the series. That it just felt a little like, I get it. Like you said earlier, you know, we don't read fantasy for realism, but still like it just doesn't, it feels a little, I don't want to say cheap, but it felt less costly than I felt like it should.
Idyllic, really.
Look at her.
She's like, that's my man.
Yep. They're all happy. And they're, you know, we're rebuilding, you know, obviously we see Alana, she's healed.
I'm glad we didn't see the actual healing. That would have pushed people over the edge.
Yeah, they just, you know, they did it off screen because like that's what happens on the battlefield. People get healed, people die. Like, and especially in the world of the Wheel of Time, like you can heal in near-death things. They got over their block of not being able to heal, but like,
well, my theory, they were scared. They saw her dying and they were scared. As we know from Nynaeve, anger can be a really powerful tool.
Emotion, any emotion. And here they are holding hands still. Like obviously they're sisters. They've been through a huge trauma, not even just like with their mother. They literally with a battle with actual monsters from nightmares. But like they're still holding hands. I feel like it's going to be poignant to you know, their characters with the channeling. I really want to say, I'm going to call it and say that that's going to be their block. And Perrin is basically building peace. You know what I mean? Like it's a great cliffhanger to end on. Like, yeah, Bane and Chiat are there. Good. I'm glad. Yeah, I almost was 100% sure that I remember them being there. Like, I feel like he's not coming back after that. Like, that's such a great like ending for him. Like, oh God, so powerful. Especially because that he left the book too. Like that was, he left his book. He knew he wasn't coming back.
He's supposed to finish his book.
It breaks my heart.
He needs to finish his book.
Yeah. So like, this is such a great cliffhanger to end on, like with the two of them. The way, like, this is the perfect setup for like, maybe we're not going to do the Shido, like Faile getting taken by the Shido and Perrin chasing them. Maybe we're going to get Perrin being taken by the White Cloaks and Faile chasing them. Like that, like, this is what I want. This is what I want for season 4. So like, if anyone's listening, I want Faile leading the, like, you know how like Perrin leads all of the Two Rivers men, like we have Aiel Thone and all them. I really hope they have Aiel Thone for personal reasons. One of my really good friends from the Wheel of Time like community, I met him at like the second Jordan Con. His name is Anthony Aziz. Awesome dude. His wife Laura is a fantastic person. I'm so excited they're coming to visit soon. Anyway, I haven't seen them in years. They live in Canada. I could totally see her like leading the Two Rivers group with Abel Coffin and Tam Althor and Aiel Thone and all of the Two Rivers people, and chasing Perrin with the White Cloaks instead of Perrin chasing the Shido. Like, I would love that if that's,
that would be awesome.
If that's what they do. Like, that would be so great.
See, even just
Loyal's voice. His family was taken. I love that they have him narrating. My friend. Oh my God. Killing me, Rafe and Rami Park.
Lord Perrin, Goldeneyes.
Lord of the Two Rivers. Lord Perrin. It's so good. This might be one of the best episodes of television I've ever watched. Not even just like, forget about that it's Wheel of Time, which is hard to do.
Yeah, right.
But like, this might just be one of the best episodes of television I've ever seen. Like, absolutely.
Do you think it's better than episode 4?
God, I mean, like, in some ways, yes, but it's also very different than episode 4. Like where episode 4 was very like character building emotion and like story development emotion. I feel like this episode was just very in the moment. Like, who are these people? And this is how they're going to live. Like, this is their lives. This is what they're going to do. Like, if I had to pick one, yes, I think this episode is the best episode this season and one of the best episodes of television I've ever seen.
It's interesting to me that 2 of the best episodes of this season that we've seen so far have been like single location, essentially. Like, you know, one storyline. We're in one long POV.
Did we go anywhere else in this? No, the whole episode takes place in the 2 rivers. Yeah, and the whole episode last time was just Viridian. Yeah, such a good episode. Oh my god, it's like this. I can't wait for everyone to see this. This episode is so good. I've watched it like 100 times. It's heartbreaking and just such a good episode at the same time. So amazing. Like I'm gonna say it 100 times. If they don't get nominated for something, I'm gonna burn this whole place down.
We'll riot.
We will riot. Emmy or riot.
Yes.
Let's get a freaking Wheel of Time, Emmy or riot. We need that hashtag. Let's go. Thank you everyone for hanging out, watching with us. As always, like and subscribe, click on the notification bell, do all of the things, interact, comment, let us know what you think. Make sure to go check out our Patreon. Dragonmount's Patreon's got all new things and new rewards for everybody. We're going to be doing a lot of community engagement with them, so go and check that out. And even though we just launched, I have a coming soon section in there. One of the rewards that are in the coming soon section is a monthly D&D style, like TTRPG one-shot, tabletop role-playing game one-shot set in a 4th age, essentially. So like after the books are over of the Wheel of Time. So that sounds like something that's interesting to you and you want to support the work that we do here, go and consider supporting us over on Patreon. Thanks for hanging out with us, you awesome nerds. And I hope you find water and shade. And we'll catch you next time on the slopes of Dragonmount. Peace.
That's all for this episode. Thanks for sticking around to the end. As always, please subscribe to our channel and click the thumbs up button or leave a comment. We like comments, especially positive ones. If you have a friend who enjoys the Wheel of Time, tell them about Dragonmount.com and our show. Special thanks to our show sponsor, Tor Books, as well as to our Patreon supporters. If you want to learn more about how our show is made and get additional insights into the Wheel of Time, you can become a Patreon supporter. We have a lot of big plans for the show, and your contribution will go a long way to making them a reality. Be sure to follow Dragonmount on social media, and see you next time!